This is how you replace automatic transmission fluid. You jack up the vehicle. You can put the jack only on the frame, which this one has a nice front frame exposure, or you could put it on the side frame here. Maybe the suspension right there. So jack that up nice and good. It's better to put it on jack stands as well. So if the jack fails, the jack stands will hold the car up and you don't die. But luckily it's not deep down there. I can do this whole thing from not even getting under the car barely. You'll want to get a pretty big socket to release that nut. I tried my biggest one and it didn't work. This is a 7/8 and it was too small. So what I had to do is I just used my wrench here and I just put it long ways on the bolt, and then I used a wrench to put around it, and then I just twisted lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, and now that it's loosened, you just do the rest with your hand. I'm gonna hand my videographer the phone here, and you'll want to bring your pan up just so it doesn't, because it comes down pretty fast and it can splash out, hit you in the eyes, get all over your nice concrete. So just bring it up and let it, and then you could probably bring it back down. And then what I'm gonna do, just to make sure I got all the fluid out, after most of it's out, I'm gonna lower the car, and I'm just gonna kind of rock the car front to back a little bit, not too much, you don't want to mess anything up, but just rock it back a little bit, make sure all the fluid's out. Oh, and you also want to do this on a warm transmission. So I drove this around the block a few times to warm it up, let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then I did this. So I'm gonna hand the phone to my videographer here. All right, so is it good? Okay. So I'm gonna loosen the bolt. You can let the bolt drop in the pan if you want. I'm gonna try to catch this one. And I also got a pan that has measurements. So this pan goes up to 6 quarts. So I'm just replacing exactly what comes out by measuring the quarts. This says it needs about 4.5 quarts. Check your owner's manual to see how many quarts yours need. But if you can't find that answer, just replace it with exactly how much you're taking out. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna dump it into an enclosed oil catcher where I can take it to an auto parts store and dispose of it. So you don't want to transport this with the open lid, no lid in your car. Okay, so here we go. Oh. So there we go. It's not really splashing anywhere, so, but this is very dark. I do not see red at all.
I do. A little bit.
A little bit.
But it's dark. It's red.
So this is red, but barely. It's very, very dark. So this transmission fluid has probably never been changed on this vehicle. We're already at 2.5, going on 3 quarts here. And this is a magnetic plug. So if you look close, you'll see a bunch of metal shavings on it. So it's good to replace your transmission fluid according to your manufacturer's recommendation. Here we go, we're reaching the end here, and we're about 4 quarts. And then when you're done, just put the bolt back in, torque it to your owner's manual specs. And you're good to go, and add more fluid and check the fluid on the transmission dipstick in the car, up in the engine area, it should have an oil dipstick and a transmission dipstick. Sorry about the dogs in the background. And make sure you check the transmission dipstick, not the oil dipstick, because this is transmission fluid. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will get back to your questions as soon as possible. This is a 2008 Hyundai Sonata Limited. Every car is different.